What is going on, guys? Greetings of peace and blessings. I'm gonna jump straight into the news. So, what happened on that bridge in London? That was disgusting. That was a terrorist act. And again, that's against Islam. And you'll see the Islamophobic channels playing clips of people quoting Quran 532 and then saying Muslims are taking that out of context. There are other verses in the Quran that says don't kill innocent people. Quran chapter 6 verse 8, Quran chapter 17 verse 33, as well as many hadiths like the Messenger of Allah, peace be upon him, condemned the killing of women and children. And again, in Islam there's no such thing as collateral damage. That doesn't exist. You cannot kill an innocent person. So what those people did, it was against Islam and it was disgusting. And then there are people demanding for Muslims to come out and apologize. That makes no sense. That's like someone you're not even related to or you have no idea who they are commits a crime. But just because you guys are, say, the same skin color or under the same religion, your entire group of people have to come out and apologize. That makes no sense. So when Dylan Roof shot up and killed nine African Americans at that church, does that mean all Christians or white people have to come out and apologize for what Dylan Roof did? Again, that's this double standard and hypocrisy. And then we see people who politicize these issues. And what I mean is, they don't care what's happening. They live in their expensive studios and they make money off YouTube promoting hate and stuff, or they're paid shells making money, and they pretty much spew out propaganda. So like the attack yesterday, notice how all these Islamophobes just come out and they make videos attacking Islam and Muslims, and they don't care about the lives that just passed away. They're just politicizing the issue. They'll pretend to care when they really don't. And I'll give you guys some example. For example, in New York City, a white supremacist killed a black man, and this was an act of terrorism. The media did not cover it, if at all. They might have covered it a little, but I didn't see it on mainstream media. I saw it on local or on the internet. When you look it up on the news, we see civilians dying in other countries every day, but you don't see countries lighting up their buildings into the flags of other countries. Or you even see here in America this alt-right movement. Let's call them the alt-devil. That's what they are. They're filled with racists, white supremacists, radical Christians. That's just what they are. They went in and he mistaked two Indians as Iranians or Muslims, and he went and shot them and killed them. And there are many incidents of them mistaking other groups of people who look a certain way and then attacking them thinking they're Muslims when they weren't. So again, you see even in Islamophobia there's a fixation of racism, and the Islamophobes will claim there can't be any racism in Islamophobia. Yes, there can, because these bigoted and hateful people will mistake people as being Muslims because of their race. So there is an element of racism in Islamophobia. And then on top of that, we see people who's anti-immigrant using this for their own propaganda and stuff. Which again, you can literally do what they do. They have memes and stuff. Just switch it out. So that's like someone saying, if Christianity is peaceful, why are radical Christians violent? You can literally switch up their words and use their own rhetoric against them. It solves nothing, and they're really immature, and they just do memes. They think they're funny, and they all repeat the same talking points. They literally regurgitate the exact same thing. That's all I've seen on the internet from these different news channels on YouTube, and bigots like Tommy Robinson who think they know what they're talking about. Or this guy, Sebastian Gorka, who goes on Fox News with Sean Hannity. These guys are idiots. They think they know Islam. They don't even know their own religion. But back to what I was saying. That attack was sad, but there's also an element of hypocrisy. Let me give you guys an example. So here in America, there's a movement called Black Lives Matter. Then there's this opposition movement called All Lives Matter, and I don't see them coming out and protesting for all lives. They claim their all lives matter. I don't when there was a travel ban or Muslim ban, whatever you want to call it. They didn't come out to protest that. Um, when people are dying in jail cells or innocent black people are being killed or other people in other countries, they don't come out and protest. They only come out, or from what I've seen, they mainly come out when Black Lives Matters is protesting to be a counter protest. So they politicize issues, and I would hope they care about all lives, but from what I've seen, they don't. So we see people showing their hypocrisy, their double standards, and I'll give you an example. So 0.0000001% of these people who claim to be Muslims, or they're just really sinful Muslims, or they're misguided, do these acts where they kill innocent people, and then people on the there are people on the left to do this, but I've mainly noticed this with the right and evangelical Christians. They'll be like, oh, a lot of these Muslims are bad and stuff. Well, they'll say Islam is evil. First of all, the religion is perfect. Islam is perfect. Muslims are not. But then, what about the 99.99999%? So doesn't that make it super peaceful religion then? I mean, you see the hypocrisy and their bigotry and their double standards. And how come they didn't cover the other attacks? See, I've noticed on YouTube there are channels who try to be neutral. Again, like, I don't agree with everything secular talk or the Young Turks say, but I notice they try their best to try to be how do I put this, to be balanced, and they don't. From what I've noticed from their channels, they don't do bigotry. So if one guy from one group does something, they don't attack the entire group. But you see a lot of people on the right. You see some people on the left doing it, but I haven't seen it. But you see a lot of people on the right. If one person does something, they'll blame the entire group and they'll freak out and throw a temper tantrum. And again, we see the media is like this. It's just straight up bias, selective journalism. Sorry about that noise outside. But anyway, you see it here in the media. If a black guy does something, the media will call them thugs. If a Hispanic person does something, you hear these people saying, close the borders, build that wall. The wall just got 10 feet higher. No more immigrants. And then if a Muslim does something, they start saying, nuke that place, nuke the other place. I mean, what is that going to solve? So you just want to kill innocent people that are also being terrorized in their countries? Again, reflect upon this, guys. And remember, always side with the oppressed and never the oppressors, regardless of their race, religion, gender, ethnicity, etc. Peace.